In this video, we'll cover the new security features that have been added to SSHepherd version 1.7.2. We added configurable security settings and agent configuration settings. For the configurable security settings, we now have a per-request authentication and a time-limited authentication. These are security settings designed to ensure that users are forced to provide their credentials again before performing sensitive actions. This is particularly important for mitigating risks and ensuring that the user is genuinely authorized to perform the action. The agent configuration settings allow you to conveniently set the logging levels for the SSHepherd agent, assign port numbers to the SSHagent whitelist to allow application tunneling, and enable or disable session recordings. Before we get into the details, if you are upgrading from an existing SSHepherd installation, please see our website for instructions to upgrade the C3 Administrator Console, as well as the system requirements for this new version. For the SSHepherd Windows app and agent, please uninstall and then reinstall with 1.7.2. The configuration and tunnels will be saved so you do not have to recreate them. On Linux, run sudo apt update and then sudo apt install shep agent and then sudo apt install shep ctl accordingly. Okay, for the configurable security settings, we have instructions on our website for getting this set up on your C3. You'll need to edit the YAML file and add the settings accordingly. The API limit single use prompts users to re-authenticate every time they attempt an administrator action, such as creating a new user, deleting a host, or changing configurations in the console. The API limit freshness allows users to make administrator changes within a specified time period. The time period is set with the next setting. The API limit fresh within seconds is the time frame that is allowed before the user is forced to re-authenticate. In this example, 300 is 300 seconds. Here's what it will look like from the user's perspective, even if they are already logged into the SSHepherd Control app. As you can see, the user is prompted again to enter their credentials before connecting to the host machine. In the Administrator Console, here we will see that the user will be forced to enter their credentials again if they try to create a new user. Or do something else harmful to the system, such as deleting a host. For the agent configuration settings, we can now adjust the logging levels, configure the allowed ports, enable or disable session recordings, and, for remote desktop recordings, set the resolution, frame rate, and bit rate. Let's take a look at this in action. Here I have my Ubuntu VM. I'll change the logging level to informational and allow port 22. I'm logged into the Ubuntu VM already. We can see from the SSHepherd agent configuration file that the settings have been updated. Now we'll take a look at the syslog, specifically for the SSHagent entries. After making the configuration changes to the agent, we need to restart SSHagent. When you restart, if you have a SSHepherd tunnel open like we do, then the connection will be terminated. Similarly, on Windows, we'll make some changes to the agent configuration. I'm already connected, so we'll take a look at the agent configuration and log files from Windows Explorer. Notice that we store the files in the hidden Program Data folder. Here are the agent configuration settings. And the SSHepherd log file. On Windows, you can either reboot the machine or restart the Shepherd agent in the services.msc. I hope this video helped get you a bit familiar with the new features in Shepherd 1.7.2. Please reach out to us if you have any questions.